comfortably in his home near Charlotte, North Carolina. Bodine was injured in that horrific crash last Friday during the Craftsman Truck Series race at Daytona. Dr. Jerry Punch visited with Jeffrey on Thursday to find out how he was and what he remembered about the crash.
Jeffrey, I can't tell you how wonderful it is to be able to sit here and see you and visit with you today. This is outstanding. Tell us, first of all, how you feeling.
Well, I feel relatively fine. Just have a wrist problem, a back problem, some bruises all over, but like you, I'm just glad to be here and be able to talk to everybody and say hi, and I guess just to be alive.
We've heard a number of different things, but specifically from the horse's mouth. What are your injuries? I mean, we talked a little bit about broken right wrist, but what's broken and what else did you have hurt?
Well, you're the doctor. You're supposed to know. No, there's a small bone up in where your wrist rotates is cracked. They're going to put a couple screws in that Sunday morning. Have a large area up on top of this, which is burned. That's why they're waiting, trying to get that skin to heal up a little bit better. Underneath is a gouge from something I hit with the arm. And in Daytona, they thought this was the biggest problem that I was going to face, but when we got here to North Carolina, they did more x-rays and found that my back, the number 12 disc, has been collapsed and worse than I thought it was in Daytona. So that's going to take a little more time to heal than probably even the wrist.
Did you have any idea that when you saw it the first time that it was as bad as it was?
I remember the accident as far as the beginning of it. That's it. I remember seeing the one truck get clipped and turned in front of me, and I thought I was just going to, really thought what would happen, I would hit him and knock him straight. I knew he was going to tear the truck up, but I had no idea I was going to fly through the air like we did and get in the fence and all that.
Were you aware, awake and alert and aware of everything that was happening when that accident took place, from the time it started and the truck began to lift till it came to rest on the racetrack? No,
I was, after the first hit, I saw the truck come in front of me, and I knew I was going to get squeezed into the wall. And when that happened, I blacked out right then. So I don't remember the rest of it, thank goodness. Those parts you don't want to remember. We have the remains of the truck at our shop, but I haven't seen that yet either. I'm sure when I see that, I'll realize that how close I was to maybe not surviving.
What is the future? Is there any idea when you would be able to head back in that direction?
You being a doctor, you know, doctors all have different opinions and about illnesses and healings. And, you know, a few days ago I said, well, I'll be in Rockingham, right? And they just all laughed. I said, well, for sure I'll be in Las Vegas. And they're still laughing and smiling at me when I say that. No one has put a time period on these injuries. You know, normal people, what, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, then you can get back doing some things that you might consider normal. But we're not in a normal occupation, and I guess we're not normal people for what we do. So I'm looking to get back. I mean, I like to be in Las Vegas, but I know that's a stretch.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's going to be a lot longer than that, probably.
It just wasn't my time to go. It just wasn't meant to be. There's obviously a plan ahead for Jeffrey Bodine. You know, how does that kind of impact, that kind of experience, impact Jeffrey Bodine, the race driver, as to what you do in the future?
Well, I really don't know. I want to be out there this weekend, but I know I can't. So I haven't lost that desire to go race just because of an accident. You know, I haven't lost a nerve. I probably have more nerve now because I've survived something so terrible. You know, I know that whatever might happen, you know, I have a extra chance of getting up and walking away from it so I can come back. The future, you know, I want to race 4 or 5 more years. And I want to go fast. I don't want to just ride around. But you still don't know what the future is in store for you. You don't know where you're going to be or who you're going to be with or what car, truck you're going to be driving. But I'll be out there with something.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask how this experience has impacted Geoffrey Bodine, the person. I know that some things have happened for you, maybe on a personal scale, that have made a difference.
I don't know if I can get through this or not, but and it probably happens a lot. I'm not sure. I've seen stories about it and listened to people talk about it, but near life or death situations, what happens to certain people, what they hear, see, go through. And I mean, I believe I was in that situation, a near-death situation. I might have died out there sometime. I don't really know. You know, if I quit breathing or heart stopped. But all I know is over a couple of years ago, you know, I lost my brother and sister, and I lost our father. And you know, never stopped missing him and caring about him, of course. But through that accident, I'm not sure what part of it was. If it was during the accident or as they were trying to figure out how to get me out of the vehicle. But I spoke with my father, which, and I know I did. It wasn't a dream. I didn't need anyone to pinch me. I know I wasn't dreaming. It actually happened. And I mean, he was glad to see me, but he said it wasn't time. So, here I am.
Had the outcome not been what it was, had the outcome not been you here today, what would you have wanted Angela and Barry and Matthew and your family and the thousands of Geoffrey Bodine people who have followed and supported and loved you for years, what would you have wanted them to know?
You know, I had a problem before with dealing with not being here, death. But after this accident, you know, talking or seeing my father and hearing what he said to me, I can sit here and feel comfortable with if I had died, I'd been okay because he was happy. So either way, it'd be okay.